Oh, you thought you had to be a provider to clap cheeks? Ha ha, Mr. Safety, Mr. Security, right? Mr. Make it happen for her. A lot of men forget that women will make rules for some and break rules for others, the men she truly desires. This right here is a prison wife. This is Jade Chips, and she does not care.
We do not care.
This is insane. There is a cardboard cutout of an inmate that is probably getting more action than some of you all here. The topic is prison marriages, and I have a video to share with you all. But first, let's discuss why is it that women are the ones that primarily fall in love with the inmate. You hardly ever see it the other way around. You're not really seeing men fall in love with women in jails and prisons. Why? Men, as I said before, logical and rational. It just doesn't make sense to the rational mind. But for a woman, it's all feelings, it's emotional. It's the Disney fantasy in her mind. The fantasy of being able to save that man. He's an alpha simp. He's an alpha. With nobody can tame him except for her. For her, he's going to simp for her. For her, she's going to tame him and she's going to bring him down and bring out his nice side. She can change him, guys. But with everyone else, he's a tyrant. He's telling everybody no. But with her, she can tame the beast. That's the fantasy in their heads, guys. Look at these video titles. I married an inmate serving life for murder. I've never met my husband outside of prison. I married a man on death row. Who could forget that one? It's incredible. There's even a wiki how now. Can you marry someone in prison or jail? Yes, and here's how. It's incredibly thorough. I thought this was hilarious. Deciding to marry. This photo? They had to put a black guy and he had to be the inmate. They couldn't swap this around because, of course, the woman is usually the one that falls in love. And you scroll down here and it only gets funnier. Consider the benefits of being married to an inmate as opposed to what? A free man? Women are choosing to go with the inmate. It's wild. Then I found out there's another website. Have you guys heard of prisoninmates.com? You can post an inmate here. You can post them. You can write to an inmate. It's like a Facebook to find an inmate. It's hilarious. You got here Gary M. Height, Chris Hubble. Let's see what Gary M. is working with. What is this? Who can say no to that? He's bad. Women love him. Jason Statham lookalike. But here we go. Here we have the video. So this is Jade Chips, and this is her story of how she fell in love with an inmate. And she fell in love through prisoninmates.com. I swear to God, this isn't a sponsor, but this is how people are falling in love now these days. It's wild.
Is he gay for the stay? You're both losers. You must not have a father in your life. Hi, I'm Jade and I'm married to someone in prison. I am a stay-at-home dog mom and my husband is the main provider for our household. I saw him on a...
How can he be the main provider for the household if he's in prison? Does she like strip or something? These are all ones. What is going on here? I'm telling you, it's that these guys, they spend all day in that prison cell and they have all the time in the world to just seduce these women. They can just sell them the Disney fantasy. It's insane.
Him on a prison pen pal page. It was called prisoninmates.com and I decided to write him. We have been together since 2018. I wrote him in 2017, finally met him in 2018. In October of 2018, we decided to get married, and so yeah, we've been together for 4 years.
They've been together for 4 years. Him by force, she doesn't have another option. She is deliberately choosing him. What has to go through her mind to want to go to this website to go find a guy? She wants to be the savior. She wants to rescue.
Chris is in prison for burglary and identity theft. He has been in prison since 2014. He will get out in 2024. Definitely not proud of it.
So he's actually not out. He won't be out until November 15th. I checked. I wanted to follow up on this story to see how she was going to get played if she was. You know, hoping for the best, but we know how these things usually turn out.
Definitely not proud of it, and he knows that. But I'm a firm believer that, you know, people make mistakes and, you know, you gotta forgive.
He's not even a bad looking guy. I'd say he's pretty good looking for the most part. This is the dream. This is the fantasy, the novel concept idea. You know, like those erotica books that women love to read? This is it. They're trying to replicate that whole thing in their mind. It's just a fantasy. Rarely does it ever work out that way.
What do your family and friends say about your relationship? They were not very thrilled with the idea at first, but after meeting him and getting to know him, they love him just as much as I do. I would say, you know, for the most part, it's pretty good. He knows that I'm on the outside, and obviously he's in prison, so when I do things, for the most part, he does respect that. You know, there's been times where he gets jealous or a little insecure just because he knows that, you know, like I'm around other men. My story went viral because our relationship is a lot different than most, just because I was a flight attendant and I decided to write a prisoner off of a prison pen pal page.
She can travel the world. There's about 4 billion men on this planet. She chose to be with a prisoner. They do it to themselves.
We met, fell in love, and got married 7 months later. That's really not normal. So I could see why people would be drawn to my social media. A lot of hate mail, a lot of hate comments. I have a lot of meme pages that reach out to me to see if they could repost my videos. Does he drop the soap? Is he gay for the stay? You're both losers. You must not have a father in your life. You know, telling us to die. I used to delete the comments when I first started out on TikTok and Instagram, but I just leave them up now because it really does not bother me anymore. And if anything, it makes us stronger. I decided to share it. I didn't even think that it would go viral. I was on TikTok. I had probably 200 followers, and I made a really cheesy video back in like 2019, I think. I went to sleep, and then the next day I woke up. It had millions of views, hundreds of hate comments. And I actually turned the comments off because I was like, wow, what the hell? But I also got a lot of positive comments from people saying, thank you for sharing your story. I'm in the same situation. And I think I'm a lot different than the other prison wives on TikTok just because I like to kind of make...
I'm a lot different than the other prison wives on TikTok. So apparently this is an entire genre. This isn't an isolated incident. This is a genre now.
I like to kind of make fun of myself and our relationship, and I also like to make comedic videos, and I think people like that too, that I make fun of myself. Yes, my advice to anyone with a partner in prison is don't listen to the haters, don't let it get to you. Everyone's going to disagree with it for the most part, but you know, it's your life. If you love that person, then go for it.
Who knew you needed tips and tricks to be able to secure your own prison mate? But there you go. So there it is, guys. Whenever you think that you're not doing enough, just remember, there's someone out there doing less and getting more for it. Good luck out there.